Last time on the Weekly JOJO, Danny! And this week on the Weekly JOJO, holy crap, the opening is amazing! Speedwagon, the vampires are coming, the vampires are coming! Hello people, I'm the Anime Hero, and I review anime so you can enjoy it. Or in this case, I give you the Weekly JOJO. Now I believe it's an appropriate time to talk about some characters' backstories and references. As the episode began with a game of football, we see that apparently Jonathan and Dio became friends or even brothers. However, this was only shown at the surface, for Jonathan doubts their friendship. I would too if he killed my dog and kills my girlfriend. Or in Dio's case, he was feigning friendship to set up good terms with George Joestar and inherit the family fortune. Now, seeing how Araki, the author, was a huge Northstar fan, especially in this arc, it's unquestionable that the first three JoJos were based off Kenshiro in both traits and appearances. But I'm guessing Dio was based on Shin, the first villain in the Northstar series. My thoughts on this assumption are based on the childhood on both pairs of characters. As we've seen in the first two episodes, Dio and Jonathan met in childhood and have lived together in somewhat rivalry for the past 7 years. In Northstar, both Kenshiro and Shin were considered rivals following their own separate schools being North and South. To take a long story short, Shin defeats Kenshiro in combat and forces Yuria to love him, in exchange for sparing Kenshiro's life, thus submitting Kenshiro to both a physical and mental defeat, or better said, breaking his heart in the process. This can also be seen a bit similar to how Dio wanted to break Jonathan's spirit by defeating him in combat and by kissing Irina. Ironically, these actions cause the opposite effect, allowing for both Kenshiro and Jonathan to get angry, and refusing to yield towards their enemy. According to the movie, it is assumed by Yuria's dialogue that Kenshiro and Shin used to be childhood friends, to the point where they acted like brothers. This was also mentioned by Kenshiro when he battled Jagi, declaring Shin as a cherished childhood friend of his before Shin turned evil. Interestingly, even though their childhood is mentioned, it is never shown in the series. Because of the similar events, I assume Jonathan's backstory with Dio is a reference to this story that was never visually shown in the Northstar anime. The proof with both Dio and Shin hating Ken and Jonathan since childhood, and faking friendship with the two, and also because, well, how many capes have you seen with feathers on the side? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about the episode, right? I could mention this episode marks the debut of Speedwagon, who, to my surprise, I was very entertained by his appearance. And once again, I need to go into a quick history lesson.
Now it's time for learning with the Anime Hero.
Back in 2007, this arc was actually adapted into a movie titled Phantom Blood. However, this movie was such a bad adaptation that I kid you not, the author hated it so much that this movie never got a home release. And that's why you can't find it online anywhere. One of the criticisms of the film was the removal of the character Speedwagon, who later serves as a vital support character for the rest of the JoJo series. Also, apparently Speedwagon was one of Araki's favorite characters, so he took this quite personally. All I can say, Speedwagon is in the rest of this arc, Phantom Blood. And that won't be the last we see and hear of him. Lastly, well, I could say that once again the anime covered 5 chapters, and a little bit of chapter 11. However, when I reread these chapters, I noticed a few missing details. The first being Dio hating Darius explored a bit more than in the anime. For example, well, you're feeling bad, father, so take this medicine. You bastard! Dio, where'd you get that money to buy medicine? I wanted plain chest, father, then you should have bought me some booze with it, you idiot! Booze is the best medicine. Go sell this and buy me some booze. This is mother's dress. One eat half eye for some dead bitch's stuff. You're going to hell! My father was a piece of shit. He worked my mother to death. I feel sick just sticking his blood flowing in my veins. He deserved to die! Although this was slightly referenced in episode 1 when he was playing chess. Other scenes include this ominous foreshadowing.
Boy, that's an interesting birthmark on your ear. Fortune tellers do well in my homeland. I saw a man there with a birthmark just like yours once. He had a harsh life, but he lived to the age of 183. That was just for fun, don't worry about it.
And a few pieces of censorship here and there. Oh, and some of you might be thinking, what's with the stone mask? Once again, here's a missing detail from the anime.
Come to think of it, it was mentioned in JoJo's notes that the human brain is still a mystery, and that it's quite likely there may be powers hiding there we don't know of. So the tentacles trigger those? The ancients discovered that, and they built them into this mask.
Just to give a small hint of what's to come with the stone mask, look at the closing. Oh, and before I forget, the opening is freaking awesome! Seeing how it looks like the cel-shaded graphics as seen by the recent game All-Star Battle. My only complaint is the opening only covers the first 2 episodes. And I'm sure episode 3 will show most footage found in the opening. Maybe it will get updated constantly. Then again, wasn't the closing a different song or a different part of the same song? I don't have a clue. But if you do know, please drop a comment. Also in the episode preview, we will soon see the shonen quality of the series and some martial arts. As for the horror elements, let's just say that this isn't the only time you'll hear of Jack the Ripper. I'm the Anime Hero and I review anime so you can enjoy it. I'm currently reading part 7 Steel Ball Run, and I do want to make a video talking about the JoJo series, and what to look forward to so other people can get into it. So expect that sometime in the future. See you next time people, on the Weekly JoJo.